Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful day to bet on some NBA player props. I'm your host, John Mettler, sports betting analyst here at covers.com. And I'm joined from EV Analytics by Adam Scherher, who's going to release some props for us. Adam, how's it going today?
Going pretty well. Not talking about Jalen Green today, so that should make it better.
No Jalen Green talk from us today. So before we get rolling here and releasing some props, just a quick reminder to like the show, subscribe to the show, and drop some comments here for us too as well. Let us know if you're getting these bets in, what number you're grabbing. That's really helpful. It also allows us to navigate through that odds a bit. So we're just going to roll through the procedure here for what the release procedure is. If you're new to the show, Adam's going to be releasing 3 NBA player props that he likes using projections from EV Analytics. And these projections are on the Covers website. You just go to sports NBA prop projections and you'll see all these player props and all these projection numbers. And those are from EV Analytics. But what we don't have on our website is context from Adam. So that's why Adam's here. Adam's going to break down these projections for us. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring you to a sports book. I'm going to tell you what market we're betting on. And we're going to try to run a little stall here too, so we can give you some time to find these bets. And then we'll tell you what game it is, who the player is, and then Adam will break down these bets, why he likes them, what the rating is, what the projection is, what the break-even percentage is, so what gap you have there that you can still bet it at. So let's get rolling here, Del. Let's bring up the first release. Bring us to Caesars. And the game is Phoenix Suns, Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah, so...
I'll hold on a second. Sorry. The Suns had a big... they need that one last night, too. So we're going to threes made. And the player is Grayson Allen. If you don't have Caesars, you might also want to look at FanDuel DraftKings. Those were 2 books that were showing kind of similar odds here. This did move a little bit, right, Adam? So the bet is Grace. I'll give the bet first. The bet is Grayson Allen under 3.5 threes made, minus 119 at Caesars. I believe it was minus 109 right before we came on air here. So, Adam, if you want to break down this bet for us, Grayson Allen, what's the projection? What's the break-even percentage? Give us more on this.
Yeah, so it did move a little bit. It still looks good. Obviously not as good as it did a few minutes ago before the show. But we still have it. We have Allen projected for only 2.7 threes. So you do still have a little bit of room there. We have him projected for 34.5 minutes. He has averaged about 35.5 minutes per game over his last 5. But, again, you have a bit of wiggle room between the line and the projection here. We have it good up to minus 303. Obviously wouldn't want to bet it that far, but there is still meat on the bone at this price. We had seen some slight line movement on FanDuel first. It went from minus 113 to minus 118. Unfortunately, it seems like the other books are catching up pretty quickly. Was hoping that it would kind of sit around for a little bit and we could still get it at the minus 109 price, but still, I think a good bet here. It is scary. It's a good matchup. Atlanta allows a lot of 3-point attempts. They play at a fast pace. They're not very good, but the projection is what it is. The line is moving in our favor. So it looks like a pretty good spot to get on Grayson Allen and then hope that line keeps moving.
Yeah, if you don't have Caesars and the minus 119, I was looking at the odds quickly there. There is FanDuel's minus 115 and DraftKings is minus 115. So if you want to shop around, if you don't have Caesars there, those are 2 books you can look at. So that's release number 1, Grayson Allen under 3.5 threes made, minus 119. We're going to move on to release number 2 here. We're still at Caesars here. Bring us to the Nuggets-Knicks game, Del. And then we are looking for points and rebounds. This one might scare some people.
Yeah, neither of these two are.
So we're looking at Nikola Jokic here, and we're going under 38.5 points and rebound, minus 119 at Caesars. We're at the wrong. This was DK, right?
Yeah, I think at least before the show, DK.
Yeah, we switched this. So it's minus 119 here at Caesars, but your best price is at DK. When we came on air here, it was minus 110, but we'll just stay at Caesars because we'll keep it simple here. So the bet is Nikola Jokic under 30.5 points and rebounds, minus 119 at Caesars, minus 110 at DraftKings. Go to DraftKings if it's still the minus 110s there. That's probably your best price. Adam, give us the projection, break even, and the breakdown here.
Yeah, so I mean, like you said, it's not fun to bet Jokic unders. It's not going to feel good, but it does look like a pretty good spot. Under 38.5 points plus rebounds for the season, averaging 38.3. So the line is pretty much in line with his season average. The Knicks are allowing the second fewest points per game this year, second fewest rebounds per game. We know they're a good defensive team, top 10 in adjusted defensive rating. They play at the slowest pace in the league. Just based on all of that, you would expect a projection to be below a player's season average. And as a result, Jokic coming in at 35.7 as his projection, projected for 36 minutes. The game is in Denver, so you do have outs as far as Denver potentially just running away with it. Obviously, it is tough for them to do that generally just because their second unit's not very good. But below average matchup in terms of pace, defense, rebounding, and as good as Jokic is, just doesn't project to be quite as good as that 38.5 line.
All right, so the second release is Nikola Jokic under 3.5 points and rebounds. The first release was, if you missed it, was Grayson Allen under 3.5 threes made. So let's move on to the third release here. We're going to stay at Caesars. I messed the last one up. We should have been at DraftKings. So we'll do all three at Caesars here. The best price here is at Caesars. We're going to the Mavericks Jazz game. And then we are looking for rebounds, total rebounds. And the bet is Luka Doncic under 9.5 rebounds, minus 111. That's Luka Doncic under 9.5 rebounds, minus 111. Break the third release down for us, Adam. What's the projection? Break even? What do you like here?
Yeah, so it's another one where it obviously isn't going to feel great to bet on Luka unders, but averaging 9 rebounds per game for the season. The line here is 9.5. Utah, despite playing in a top 10 pace this year, actually has allowed the 6th fewest rebounds per game. So another spot where I think it makes sense when you see a projection that is a little bit below the season average. We have Luka projected for 38 minutes, so it's not like it's a case of really under projecting his minutes. This game has a 14-point spread as well. So, again, we talk about it with unders in general. I sort of mentioned it last game with the game in Denver, but significant blowout risk here too. And you're not projecting this game to blow out. It's not like we're talking about a 34-minute projection for Luka and you're hoping he just doesn't play the fourth quarter. He's still at 38 minutes in his projection. It's a true projection, but you get those extra outs with the 14-point spread as well. Utah, obviously not a very good team. So 9 rebounds is the average for the season for Luka. We have him projected for about 8.5. Like I said, Utah, a pretty good rebounding team as well, allowing the 6th fewest per game, despite seeing increased possessions in their games. So looks like a pretty good spot to get under 9 rebounds for Luka. 8.7 is the projection that we have. Do you have the break even price on that? Yeah, it is minus 198. So again, wouldn't bet it all the way up to that, but you do still have some room here. I know before the show, Caesars had the best price, but it was minus 115 on a lot of other books. I would absolutely still take it there if you don't have access to Caesars. Yeah, 8.7 is pretty healthy below. There might be opportunity to look at 8.5 plus money. Would you look at that or stay at the 9.5? Yeah, I think you can do that as well. Yeah, well, if the plus money price is it needs to be a nice chunk. You want to keep that probability gap. 8.7, 9.5. That's a great edge right there from Adam. So the three releases are Grayson Allen under 3.5 made threes, minus 109, minus 119, and moved us minus 119 at Caesars. Nikola Jokic under 38.5 points and rebounds, minus 119 at Caesars, minus 110 at DraftKings, and Luka Doncic under 9.5 rebounds, minus 111 at Caesars. That's it for the releases. Adam, any last words? Good luck, and hopefully these hit. All right, we will see you guys on Tuesday. We'll be back for some more releases. Let's get a sweep here from Adam on the beginning of March Madness, but for NBA fans, still NBA season, so we're focused on the NBA. Del, play the song. That's the show.